Hi everyone, welcome to financialexpress.com budget special series. Today we have with us Gaurav Karnik from EY India, and he's going to tell us about what the real estate sector can expect from Finance Minister Arun Jaitley this time. Hi Gaurav. So in the backdrop of all this demonetisation, while to a certain extent analysts believe that it is going to have a good long-term impact on the real estate sector in terms of transparency, how does the government take care of the short-term pain? Because with its larger objective of housing for all, you would want that the real estate sector is back on track. So what is it that the finance ministry can do for us?
So I think a couple of things. I think demonetization in the long run should definitely help real estate. We'll have much more clarity and certainty in the sector, and much better for compliance, etc. I think one of the things that it may need to do is nudge the states to reduce the stamp duty. That will be a really good thing. But in the budget, I think one of the things they could do is increase the deduction on housing from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs. That could really give a boost to the real estate sector and get people to start buying houses again. And I think that's going to be also a good incentive, keeping in mind the Prime Minister's plan of housing for all to kind of boost demand. One of them could be this. Secondly, on the affordable housing, there have been SOPs, and they should continue. And if that will be really helpful as well.
Okay, to take your question, your answer forward, sorry. You're saying that SOPs have been introduced, and the Prime Minister did announce a few in his 31st December address as well. But each time an additional tax incentive is announced, do you think it actually results in a rise in home loans in general?
So home loans are more driven also by the interest rates.
Right.
So the tax is just one part of it.
Right.
So at one stage, if the government gives the tax cuts, that has to also follow by reduction in interest rates.
Right.
Given the demonetization which has happened, and now we'll come to know the real effect on the economy, there is a high possibility that the Reserve Bank will reduce the interest rates. So the tax cut along with the interest rate cut would really increase the home loans. That's how I would look at it. And tax alone never drives the loans. It's a combination of both interest rates as well as the tax.
Okay, so you see that over the next few quarters we can see a reduction in home loan rates and...
Yes, I would see definitely a reduction in interest rates, and coupled with that, these tax breaks would help.
Okay. There is also GST which is coming up from July, and what is it that the real estate expect? I mean, how is real estate going to be impacted by it, if at all?
So real estate sector as such is not part of the GST, but under construction property or the service of providing under construction properties, that's covered by GST. And also when you're even having completed properties, there will be the GST on the inputs. So I think the ask of the industry is to come in the 12% bracket. And if the industry gets the 12% in the GST regime, I think that will be really helpful.
Okay. From construction, to the final property being ready, what are the major tax breaks that the real estate sector needs in order to get back on track?
I think one is on the GSTs, if they can get the rate to 12%,
right,
and have a seamless credit system, whereas with both the output and the input get reasonable credits, so that doesn't really become a high cost for them. One is that. Secondly, stamp duty, which is not a central government issue but a state government issue, but that really requires to be reduced. Thirdly is the plethora of approvals which are there. There are so many approvals in real estate that it is quite difficult to get the project off the ground.
Right.
I think there's a need to having a single window there,
right,
which kind of clears this fast, and that also plays well with the Real Estate Regulation Act, because you do get both the developer and the consumer are penalized for delays, and sometimes the delays are not due to the developer alone, and maybe because of approvals taking time. So I think clearly if we have a reduction in the approvals, make it single window, reduction stamp duty, make GST 12%, and last but not least on sale, on leasing income, there should be some clarity whether it's business income or income from house property, and the better view in our view is business income. If there is some clarity on that, that would help.
Okay, what about real estate investment, the Regulation Act, the new one that has come in place? Does that really help the sector? Are builders happy? Are consumers happy?
Yeah, I think it's good for the sector. I think the developers have also adjusted to the idea of having a regulator on them, and they also agree and understand the rules as they've come in.
Right.
And consumers, of course, are happy because there's a proper climate for this sort of investments. So I think RERA is a good thing and will help the industry in the future.
There has always been this demand of real estate sector being given industry or infrastructure status. Do you think that will really help if at all it happens?
Yeah, it does help, because then the cost of loans or the cost of funds come down. So there is a need at least for the affordable housing segment to be classified as infrastructure, if not the whole of real estate.
Okay, so how long do you see the real estate sector taking to revive to an extent where all those backlog, the inventory gets cleared? And
Well, that's a tough question. There's a lot of inventory in different markets.
right.
So one can't really take a call on when the inventory is going to get wiped out. But I think in the next year or so, at least a year it'll take for us to get some the situation to
And
improve.
can home buyers look forward to lower home prices?
Well, that again, as I said, is a mixture of both tax and interest rates. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, and there is also this talk about REITs. So when can I as an individual start realistically expecting to invest in it?
So right now there is no real estate investment trust which has come onto the market,
Right.
but we are definitely expecting one real estate investment trust to be in this market by the end of the year. And there are a couple of infrastructure investment trusts which are also gone in for approval from SEBI.
Okay.
So something will be launched this year. So maybe this year you will have a chance to invest in one of
So
them.
you're saying that hopefully this budget may have some goodies in store for the real estate sector.
Yes, it
Not
would.
many.
They will have some. And I think on the REIT point, there was one more thing, that there are some consequential changes which are required from a tax regime. Though a lot of the changes have already been made last year, but a few more are needed, like reducing the holding period for making it to 12 months, like a listed equity share. Right now, you get the long-term treatment after 36 months. So there's a need for that to be done.
Okay, on the taxation front again, there is this again the talk of how HRA tax exemption should be increased. Do you think that will help?
Yeah, the thing with HRA allowances, they've already, whether people use that so much and, if it boosts the demand, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure if exemptions like HRA really boost housing demand that much.
Okay, but overall real estate sector can look forward to more SOPs because some of them were already announced.
I think it's one of the sectors which has been hit, and yes, the Prime Minister has already announced some SOPs. We
Right.
do expect some benefits to the real estate sector this time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much,
Thank
Gaurav.
you.
It was a pleasure talking to you. And let's hope that Finance Minister Arun Jaitley can make housing more affordable for you within reach and at the same time revive the real estate sector. For all budget-related updates, don't forget to log on to financialexpress.com.